to, you have to wait secretariat before you can start, no? Or you
Good morning. Good morning, good morning. While we wait for the secretariat, I am sitting here with the future president. I just want to see her to experience how intimidating it is to have this view from the podium. So before we open plenary, I have two good news to tell you. First, today is 7/11. The date is 7/11, and I don't know how many of you like gambling. I don't want to advertise gambling to anybody, but for those of us who like a little bit of gambling, today is a very good day. It's a lucky number, 7/11. So that is the first thing. I guess, Marie-Claire, you don't know anything about this.
No.
No. She only knows about chemicals. And she's returning to the Bureau as of today. And the second thing I want to do before opening plenary is to wish happy birthday to a very good friend of mine. She's new to the chemicals cluster. She began, you look puzzled, you know her, believe me. She just began on this portfolio this year. So I guess you can all join me in singing happy birthday to Greta from Argentina. So I'll begin and you can follow. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Greta. Happy birthday to you.
Okay. So let's finish quickly.
So Argentina has the floor. You want to say something?
Thank you very much, dear President. Thank you all. I love being in this family, and for me, it's really, really happy to have birthday here working. It's like a dream come true. So thank you very much. Bye. Let's celebrate.
Thank you. And so another little thing, or not such a little thing, it might mean a lot for us, because without the work of these people, we cannot get consensus, and with no consensus, we don't have achievements. So we would like to present now a moment of special recognition.
Thank you, Osvaldo. And the Minamata Convention Secretariat would like to thank the co-chairs of the contact group meetings and other groups in facilitating negotiations throughout COP6. Your willingness to step up and lead is a testament to your dedication, professionalism, and collaborative spirit. Your leadership has helped keep our work focused, inclusive, and productive. We also thank your governments for allowing you to provide this time. So we would like to welcome you to the stage for a moment of recognition from the Budget Contact Group, Miriam Medel Garcia from Mexico and Evelyn Verhaal from Netherlands. And let's give them the applause. Thank you. From the Contact Group on Technical Matters, Claudia Dumitriu of Romania and David Capidula of Zambia. Applause, please. Thank you. From the Artisanal Small-Scale Gold Mining Contact Group, Rachel Burgess, Australia, and Leroy Christian, Antigua and Barbuda. Thank you so much. And we would also like to acknowledge the facilitators, Friends of the President on Legal Matters, Eva Salplactova from Czechia, and Small Group on Indigenous Peoples, Paulina Riquelme from Chile. Welcome. Please come. And we also know several informal groups that also work tirelessly. So on cosmetics, Serge Molly Allo from Gabon. On waste, Koki Takaki from Japan. On murky compounds, Alison Dixon from Canada. And on finance, Jean-Paul de Sousa Veira, Brazil. Ocean Dayer from Switzerland. And Anna Franzen from Sweden. We all invite you to the stage for the photograph. Thank you. And while you are coming to the stage, of course, it's not the end of the meeting yet, but I would like to use every opportunity to personally recognize and thank Osvaldo Patricio Alvarez, our COP6 president from Chile. We deeply appreciate your work and your steady, skillful leadership, which has guided our work throughout this week. And while the COP is not over, we are confident you will get us there on the finishing line with the great results. So applause to Osvaldo.
At what time?
At what time?
So now we open formally the last day of plenary of this COP6 of the Minamata Convention. We will begin with the reports of the contact groups and other groups. I personally believe that we made a lot of progress yesterday, and I hope that by the end of the day, I will be able to say the same. So now first, I would like to hear from the budget contact group. So Mexico or the Netherlands, please. So nobody is requesting for the floor. Then I will move on to the technical matters. The Netherlands, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. We were running back up here after that lovely photo from the Secretariat. So we will do a report together since we're both up here. So we met yesterday from 1 to 3, from 4 to 6, and from 7 till 10:30. Following more discussions and consultations, we finalized the draft decision early afternoon containing text for authorizing the Secretariat to draw down additional funds from the General Trust Fund balance to cover any shortfall in salary costs of the approved staffing table on the organization of a high-level event to mark the 10th anniversary on the preparation of a report containing options for future cost-saving measures. We also reviewed all finalized programmatic decisions for budgetary implications.
The contact group members agreed on most of the budget line items, and some members met in a smaller group to discuss the remaining items, including, for example, the staff salary costs, the surge capacity cost of the 7th meeting of the Conference of the Parties, and the cost of the effectiveness evaluation group as a package. One party needed to consult on the outcome of the package with their capital, and we adjourned the meeting at that time. The contact group members discussed also the cap for the possible drawdown from the General Trust Fund balance, and the amount was tentatively agreed upon. We need to finalize these two items today, as well as the remaining programmatic decisions reviewed for any budgetary implications. And then we will need to give the Secretariat time to put together the budget table and assess contributions table for our final review before passing it to plenary for adoption. We are in your hands with regards to timing y simplemente para finalizar.
Just in conclude, I'd like to express my thanks to all the members of the contact group, my co-facilitator and yourself for the work which we've managed to do in an excellent spirit of cooperation. We are very close to putting the final touches to the draft decision. Thank you.
To Miriam and Evelyn for this fantastic work. You're almost done. So my intention is to give you time to get together after we break the morning plenary. I would like to hear now from the Technical Matters Contact Group. I invite Claudia to report. Romania.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. I'm very pleased to report that we continue our work on the third day. We met between 7:45 and 9:45 p.m. The group began by revisiting the draft text on dental amalgam, and I'm very happy to be able to inform the plenary that the group agreed on the text for the inclusion of dental amalgam in Part 1 of Annex A, with a phase-out date of 2034 and additional measures for inclusion in Part 2. Unfortunately, the group was unable to reach agreement on the issue of whether non-mercury alternatives to mercury-based catalysts are technically and economically feasible. There was considerable discussion on this issue, but no convergence. Several text proposals were made and considered, but no agreement was reached. The meeting was adjourned around 10 p.m., and I will take this opportunity to thank you all for your engagement and the progress you made in different groups to ease our work in this contact group. We are in your hands as when to meet again for further discussions, Mr. President. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Claudia, you will have time to meet again to close down the issue of VCM during lunchtime. And congratulations for the achievement last night on the dental amalgam amendment. Now I would like to give the floor to either Rachel or Lynn Roy to report on the group of ASGM. Australia.
Thank you, Mr. President. The contact group on artisanal and small-scale gold mining met for the third time on Thursday afternoon from 4:15 to 10 to 6 p.m. The group completed the third reading of the draft decision. Parties worked to find a common ground, streamline and clean parts of the previously bracketed text. However, there was introduction of new text. A small drafting group was established and worked from 6 p.m. to 9:15 p.m. on Thursday evening to resolve the substantive issues. This group made excellent progress. However, some bracketed text remains in 2 operative paragraphs, both related to requests to the Secretariat. First, an entire provision on the development of a simplified digital platform for the submission of national action plans and related reports remains in brackets. Second, the element subject to the availability of resources related to the request on compilation of comparative experiences on gold supply chain transparency and certification by the Secretariat also remains in brackets. Co-chairs are currently engaging bilaterally to work and identify pathways forward. However, one more session of the contact group will be needed to resolve these outstanding matters and clear text to bring to COP. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you very much, Rachel. I would now like to give the floor to Lynn Roy from Antigua and Barbuda.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. And in addition to the update that was just provided, we had bilateral consultations with parties, and we can propose that we have a short informal following plenary. There has been some positive developments with respect to paragraph 4 bis, and also on the issue of subject to the availability of resources, and I do believe we should be able to conclude on our work and to convene a short contact group to so confirm. Thank you very much, Mr. President.
Thank you very much, Rachel and Lynn Roy, for those updates. So we will leave it in your hands to have the informal consultations after we break, and then please inform me so I can put up on the screen the time for the contact group to meet to confirm whatever you have discussed in your informals. Thank you very much. Ahora le voy a pedir a nuestra colega Paulina Riquelme.
I'd now like to ask our colleague Paulina to be kind enough to inform us about the development of the negotiations in the small group on Indigenous peoples. Go ahead, please.
Gracias,
Thank you, President.
Indigenous peoples met yesterday to further develop amendments to the draft decision in document COP 6/17, reflecting comments made in plenary and to prepare a CRP for consideration by this body. The group held constructive discussions on both the preambular and operative parts of the text, with valuable contributions from several parties and indigenous representatives. Our work has concluded, and I wish to thank all participants for their constructive and collaborative spirit. The resulting draft decision, developed with input from Australia, Brazil, Canada, Colombia, Ecuador, the European Union, Indonesia, Mexico, the United States of America, and 2 representatives of indigenous people, reflect consensus among contributors, and it is presented as a clean text for consideration by the Conference of the Parties. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you very much. Muchas gracias, Paulina, por ese informe.
Thank you for that report, Paulina. And congratulations on reaching an agreement. The text can already be found up on the website, and in the afternoon, we will be considering the possibility of adopting it. Thank you very much.
Me gustaría ahora.
I'd now like to give the floor to Eva from the Czech Republic, but it doesn't look as if she's here. She is probably off in informal somewhere trying to close an agreement on the text from the group. So I hope we'll get some news, preferably some good news, to the effect that the matter has been sorted out very soon. We'll deal with the matter in plenary a little later. Yesterday, I ran 2 sessions of informal consultations, which concluded successfully. The first was on the issue of the decision, or rather follow-up on the decision to Decision 515, adopted here yesterday in plenary. And I'd like to tell you that we've also held informals twice in the course of the day, over lunch and in the evening, with a group of parties that had requested extensions to exceptions. There again, we had a very positive outcome, and that's going to be reflected this morning in the plenary when we submit texts for adoption by the plenary. With that, I think we've concluded on the reports from the contact and other groups, and we will move back to the substantive part of the plenary agenda for this morning. The first point to take is agenda item 2C. That's the one on election of officers.
We'll turn to 3 items that require us electing or confirming members to serve on our behalf on the Bureau, the Implementation and Compliance Committee, and the SIP Governing Board. First, the election of the Bureau. I now turn to the election of the new Bureau for the intersessional period and the 7th meeting of the Conference of the Parties. We are electing a president and 9 vice presidents, one of whom shall act as the rapporteur. I will ask now the Secretariat to display on the screen the nominations of the regions for Bureau. So I want to thank all the regional groups for these nominations, and the question to you is, do we have any objections to these nominations? I see no objection. The members are elected, and I declare that Marie-Claire Lenry from France will be the president of this incoming Bureau. Thanks to the nominee for agreeing to take on this responsibility, I suggest that the rapporteur for the 7th meeting of the Conference of the Parties is designated by your Bureau, Madam President, during the intersessional period. Let's move on to the Implementation and Compliance Committee. We are selecting the members of this committee, so I will ask the Secretariat to display the nominations for this body. Are there any objections to electing these members? I see no objection. On behalf of the Conference of the Parties, I would like to thank those confirmed and elected for assuming these responsibilities. We are about to confirm now the members of the SIP Governing Board. I would like to ask the Secretariat to display the nominations for the Specific International Program Governing Board. Are there any objections to confirm these members on the screen? I see none. The members are confirmed. On behalf of the Conference of the Parties, I would like to thank those confirmed and elected for assuming these responsibilities. That concludes the item election of officers. I would like now to begin considering the item 8 in the agenda, other matters. I have not heard any proposals for this agenda item. And I don't see any requests for the floor. So I will propose to close this agenda item. This item is closed. One little thing before we break until 12:15. So I want you all here at 12:15. We have 3 issues that need to be considered and adopted. The first one will be cosmetics. The second one will be the amendment to Annex A, Part 1. No, Annex A. And then we will also look into the issue of extension of exemptions. Those 3 things are going to come up when we resume at 12:15. And one little thing to ASGM, just to be aware that after the informals that are going to be conducted by the co-chair, we will be calling on this contact group to gather. So please look at the screens for the timing. So now I would like to suspend plenary until 12:15. Thank you very much. And congratulations. Félicitations, Madame la Présidente.